Okay, we are live. But now is a good time for me to test my stream chat application, I think. I'll be monitoring the chat, but I'll also try to use my thingy. Let's see. Test. Oh my god, it works. It works. Very nice. Hello, NK Nappy. Hello, Omer. Hello, Jason. Is this thing on? Yes. It's my pleasure to announce. It is my pleasure to announce that my stream chat application is working. Look at this. Hello, Jack. Hello, Mash Big Haig. Hello, Tolga. Hello. Yes, yes. Video on my Linux setup? What specifically about my Linux setup? Someone did ask about like showing my desk setup. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Iatav. I could show my desk setup somehow. Hello, Shristalin. What can 8 gig of VRAM do? It's running on a Jetson though, which has a TPU. I don't know exactly what it's capable of. What AI do I use? Claude, anti-gravity, sometimes Codex. Hello, Hidnut. Hello, Marco. Do I have any sweet roadmap? I would just say go to roadmap.sh. You can find a roadmap here for that. The work has already been done. Software engineer. Let me see. Where is it? Back end, front end. Which one? Which one are you looking for? How does this crazy thing render on the terminal? Well, it looks like that. Is that emojis? Face blue smiling. Let me see. What the hell is... Oh, it wasn't an emoji. But that's what the emojis look like. This is fantastic. I'm so glad my little program is working. Hello, Henry. Cuneiform text. What is that? Cuneiform numeric sign 8. It's like some pattern. Ancient Mesopotamian cuneiform numeric sign. It represents the number 8 in base 60 number system. Whoa. What? That's crazy. Base 60. Is that... That's so strange. YAML. They were ahead of their times. Yeah, apparently. This is like some ancient mystical thing. Am I renting the GPUs in AWS? No, I've got one locally. All right, I need to look into this later. It's gonna pin that and look into that. But in the meantime, the plan for today is I wanted to do something in particular. Nazis put us on the moon, never forget. So I want to set up my Jetson, which, by the way, I have got my Jetson running on my local network with its models here. It's only got one model at the moment, which is Quen 2.5, 3 billion parameters. And I've actually got Pi agent hooked up to it. I don't know if you guys probably can't read that, right? I need to make that bigger. So yeah, I can hook up Pi to talk to my local Jetson. Oh, wow. So it said, yes, I can fetch web pages. And then it said, I'm sorry, I'm not able to access the internet or browse web pages. So it's super consistent and very, very effective. But essentially, I wanted to get it hooked up to my Telegram, and a chat's coming through. Put it in production ASAP. Yeah. So yeah, hook it up to Telegram so I can message it from my phone. And there's this thing called Rig Core, which is like a Rust library for building LLM powered applications. So essentially, I would set up Rig Core. Probably it would talk to Telegram, and then Rig Core would talk to. It would relay the messages to the model. And say do tasks. So maybe I could set up my own tools so that it can fetch web pages. Bro, give away one to me. What, a Jetson? I only have one. You cannot take my only Jetson. That's crazy why it, I'm gonna actually give this, let's see. We're gonna give this transcript to anti-gravity and see what it thinks of this result. Let's see. I have a LLM running on my LAN at this address. I just tried my agent and getting it to, it said this. Let's see what Gemini says about that. Have I used Chinese models along with Claude with open code? No, I haven't tried that. Gemini CLI is just dump. I don't have a problem with it. Just tried it with open code Go, and I must say that it's awe. Is the text cut off? Awesome. Yeah, my text is not wrapping. Damn. Will I stop YouTube if I get employed again? No, I probably won't stop. Unless my employer is asking me to stop and also paying me lots of money, then maybe. But that would probably only happen if I joined a trading company that wanted to be very secretive about everything. I'm trying NVIDIA's Nemotron models, and they work pretty good with Hermes. Nemotron. Never heard of it. It's a family of open models with open weights. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Oh, I can grab this on Hugging Face as well. 550 billion, 30 billion. These are all too big for my Jetson, I think. Someone, Uncle, you're looking so handsome today. Thank you very much. Someone called you Uncle instead of Pro. What am I trying to build today? The goal is to build like a sort of my own agent, I suppose, with Telegram and this thing here, RigCore, to get my local LLM to do tasks. But yeah. What keyword am I using? It's a Newfie. Go to my website, which is vsirakis.dev/keyboard. And there's links to the, I'm using this top one here, the Kick 75 with brown switches, low profile. You tried it with open code, pretty bad at the time, made a mistake on simple commands. What model am I running on the Jetson? Right now we're going with Qwen 2.5, 3 billion. Yeah, it's pretty small. What do I think of Kimi? I don't know, I haven't used it yet. Posted a short about it. Yep, I did post a short about my keyboard. My own harness. I'm not sure if it's my own harness. I guess it's my own harness, isn't it? Yeah. I have member? I had no idea. Probably someone gifted you membership. It was probably B. Diddy that gifted you membership. Have I tried prisms yet? No. What's that? Bonsai, the model name. So you hosted your site in GitHub. I also have a domain. Yes, I recently got a domain. So now my blog is set up with a custom domain, vsirakis.dev. It's nice and cheap. It was $10. Pretty cool. So I myself tried setting up the local LLM using LLM Studio, 4 billion parameter model on a 3050 GPU with 4 gig of RAM. You struggled with the speed of response. Fair enough. Large models can't fit on smartphones. Data centers can't sustain them. Prism is building ultra dense intelligence. Cool thing about Pi is you can ask it to configure itself and it will write extensions for itself. Oh, that's cool. I need to fix up this this actually. Can I rate your portfolio? Best thing to do there is probably to send me an email, and I'll get to that when I can. Blinds if they edge. Yeah, let's see what it does there. Why don't I use aerospace? What do you mean? What's aerospace? What the hell did anti-gravity do here? It went and implemented the project. Window Manager on macOS. I'm not on macOS at the moment. This is Linux. Still Gemini. Yes, I like Gemini. What's the problem? Please use Claude Code. I use Claude all the time. I honestly don't see the difference. Did I get a chance to look at Laura? I briefly looked into Laura, and that seems really interesting. And I'm wondering how I can get that set up with my Jetson, because that would, in theory, mean that I can do much more demanding tasks with less VRAM. So that would be good, I think. Implemented terminal line wrapping, calculated blah blah blah. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Gemini got degraded. Okay, we have line wrapping. Very good. Let's clear the chat. What's going on? But how to even encounter that problem? Like, we can go with 1 billion parameter model as well. For mostly day-to-day coding, we need efficient tool calling. Let me pop my chat down here again. I haven't tried Kimi. Use something like Vibe Proxy, which lets you connect all types of LLM to any type of harness editor. Vibe Proxy. macOS? There's so many different Vibe proxies here. Use GLM. Why GLM over Quen? Right now we're using Quen. Yeah, so, okay. It just decided to go ahead and implement absolutely everything. That's crazy. So it's added rig, telexide, Tokyo, Sode, schemas, HTML to text. What happened? We've got a main in here. Let's take a look. Better to use Olama Cloud Sub. Gemini makes my code base more shitter. Well, isn't that up to you if you review the code? Anthropic bans you if you try to use your Claude subscription outside their products. I'm not subscribed with Claude at the moment, but I still use it. Let's say on someone else's subscription. So what has Gemini actually done here? Let's just this text is massive, but it's probably readable. We are doing what exactly? How's the experience using local LLM? I'm kind of just getting set up, but so far it's a bit janky. If you take a look at, if I run Pi and I say, hello, what model are you? See, it's sometimes a bit weird. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? That's weird. How do you use Claude Code without subscribing? I'm using someone else's subscription in a commercial setting. Put Ruhan on timeout? He hasn't spammed yet. But spamming will be met with timeouts. So it has set up some logging. It's got a telexide token. It's got an LLM API URL with the default to the local one. The model. Then it has a client with no API key. Then it has this agent. What's going on? Is there actual spam happening? We're good. We're okay. Then it is saying, it's giving a preamble. You are a helpful AI assistant called Pi Agent. You have the ability to fetch web pages using the Fetch Page tool. When the user asks about a website or requests you to look up a URL, you must... This seems excessive and silly. Web fetch. So I can just give it whatever tools I want, kind of. So here we have impl tool. Where is this trait? Okay, rig core has this trait called tool. And tool, let me see this. Modules, tool. And here we have traits, tool. A simple LLM tool has a name, description, and parameters. Call. That's kind of cool. I like this. Is this an example? Yeah, this is an example. Add X and Y together. Blah, blah, blah. Arguments, self-args. Self-args. Add args. Oh, okay, it's a struct. Where did I find out about rig core? Gemini told me. Is the name Son of Jet inspired from Son of Anton? No. That's funny, though. Because the name Son of Jet is literally just from Jetson. So NVIDIA Jetson. I just inverted that. Son of Jet. But that is funny. Son of Anton. Rig is bad. It's very opinionated. I like opinionated. You should create a tool for indexing an entire project for fast access to LLM. Maybe. Have I heard of Conductor? Allows you to use Claude Codex Cursor and OpenCode in parallel. What scenario would I want to do that, though? Can't I just open like multiple terminal windows or something? So we have web fetch, where it is setting up a request client and doing the thing. And it's giving back plain text. So it's actually converting the HTML to text. That's interesting. Convention over configuration. What was that in response to? In Atlassian, did people use NeoVim? Most people used VS Code. Speedrunning token consumption. Well, the goal is to not have to consume tokens from the big boys, if I can avoid it. So that's the tool. That's one tool there, let's say. Then we have, yeah, basically we're creating this client, giving it the tool. We've got this agent here. We've got a history map. I'm not sure what that's about. It's a hash map with chat ID, which is what? It's from here probably. And then rig message. Okay. In support of opinionated libraries. What inference engine am I using? Don't know, to be honest. I don't even know what that means. Inference engine? Oh, I think the answer to that would be Llama CPP. I think that would be the answer there. So we have, what's this? Teloxide REPL. With histories and the agent. So for each message, no. Chat ID, user text. If it's clear or reset. Send message. Have I tried MTP models? I'm not sure what MTP is. Notify user that we are thinking of fetching. Query the agent. I'm going to just kind of try to run this and see what happens. We have one expect here. So we need to provide a Teloxide token. Cargo run. We're going to get a panic when we try to run this. So Teloxide token. Create a new bot using bot father to get a token in the format of blah, blah, blah. I wonder if I think I have this token, and I'm not allowed to share it with any of you. Yeah. I do have this token. My typing speed. Well, you've debated me now. I have been debated into typing, showing my typing speed. Let's go. I will show you. Damn. Whenever I make mistakes, it demonstrably slows me down, like afterwards. See here, mistake here, and then immediate slowdown. Because I get careful, I get too careful in my brain. Is that cargo cache or is your PC just super fast? My PC's fast, yeah. That was the first compile. Where is it? 21 seconds in dev mode. Typing simulator stream. Good typing speed is a myth created by the Burgese. How do you pronounce that word? I don't know. Bro is writing with his mind. Yeah, it's Neuralink. If using Mac OS for cache, it's slow. Linux has better file system. Oh. You're at 70 words per minute. 70 words per minute. How to reach my level? I don't know. I think, to be honest, I've always typed this fast. Since I was young, and I didn't really do anything deliberate to increase my typing speed. So I don't even know like how. I tried learning Dvorak and I tried learning a split keyboard, and I couldn't get past 40 words per minute. Okay, so I need this token. I have this token. I do have this token somewhere. Let me just SSH onto this machine. And I'm gonna grab patterns file. Okay, patterns and file. So we want AAEQ star and then that and like everywhere, I guess, recursively. But I don't want to show this necessarily. So let me pop this out. Unsloth 3.6 Quen to 27 billion. That would be too big. What's my setup? Which setup? My PC? You can go to my website vsirakis.dev and that information is here. Bourgeoisie. Okay. Going back to programming for a moment, is technical docs enough to build something or what else is needed? Technical documentation? When you're learning a new programming language. Which technical documentation are you referring to? All right. So what's actually going to be faster is if I don't look for this token, but I instead just provide it to this directory somehow. Okay. I'm going to have to type it out. Which is super annoying, but you all can listen to my key taps. Okay, looks correct. So then, all right. Now let's try cargo run. API teleoxide, an error from the update listener. API terminated by other get updates. Not sure what that means. My tree sitter is all busted. Why don't I use VLLM? Apparently VLLM is like way more serious than what I need. Why do I have orange specks? It's for the blue light. Filters out blue light. Argentina or what are these? Or Spain? I have no idea. I'm just going to say Argentina. So where I wonder where it got up to exactly. It was like this is the first thing we do with teloxide, and it died here somewhere. Starting REPL. It didn't even say starting REPL, did it? Oh, that's not good. It didn't even say starting REPL. Yeah, it almost logged nothing. Oh, I have to rotate it. All right. Oh, actually, that's good because this bot's called like Hermes bot, and that's just not true. So, what am I going to call it? Son of Jet. Username must end in. Okay. Son of Jet bot. All right, we got a new token. Check Olama then. I've got Olama. I've tried Olama. I think it's fine, but some other people were saying that Llama CPP is better. I'm not having a trouble running the model. I think it's more the harness is not like talking to it properly or whatever. Like, however Pi agent is set up with it, probably not the best. After this stream, this is probably going to be the last stream that I do for LLM specifically, because I don't think it's that interesting. Probably the next stream is going to be trying to make a game or something like that. Okay, so another instance of the bot is active. That would mean that I'm running it on why is this verbose? Maybe it's being run here. Have I tried open code? I think I tried it like once, but I haven't tried Kimi or anything like that. Yeah, Hermes is running. Let's go ahead and kill this. See if it comes back. Yeah, so it is coming back. What is running this? Well, I checked systemd and I couldn't find anything for Hermes. Let's see. Hermes. Can I uninstall from here? Probably not. I can uninstall from here. Yeah, cool. Because I don't want to use Hermes actually. Full uninstall. You use Gemini, that's an unusual choice. While most coders I see in YouTube or personally know use Claude. I actually use Claude most of the week. I have a subscription with Google AI, and I don't have a personal subscription with, say, Claude. I think I can use Codex as well. But in general, I really don't see, I don't really experience a difference between these different models. What was I doing? Okay, yeah, so now when I run this again, it should be able to use my old bot, which was compromised. Terminated by other. Really? Is it still running? No. Hermes? What's Hermes? It is, I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest. It's an agent? An agent with persistent memory? But the problem with using Hermes with a small Jetson is that I don't have a big enough context window to use it, I'm pretty sure. So I'd need more hardware, probably. Or I'd need to hook it up to like an actual Frontier Lab or something like that. You used GPT 5.5 and Sonnet or Opus. Opus is the best. And with Caveman, it saves a lot of tokens. Hermes? Site looks like an evil organization. Fable is available on the 20 USD plan. I've used Fable. I used Opus 4.8. I've used Sonnet 4.6. I've used Sonnet 5. And yeah, I like between it and anti-gravity, Not a huge difference for me. Caveman, that's right. How do you actually set this up? It's a skill. Uh-huh. Okay. Skill plugin. Builder, investigator, reviewer. Okay, that's cool. Skills. Cave crew, cave commit, cave compress. Skill.md. Respond terse like smart caveman. Description. This doesn't get included in the context, does it? Just add the plugin in Claude Code, caveman, and then run caveman. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Can I set up plugins like that here? Skills. Create new skills, workspace, global, and shared. Right. Okay. Any agent can support skills. Anti-gravity CLI. Skills. So I have none right now. Skill name and then skill.md. Dot agents slash skills slash skill name slash skill. Okay. I'm guessing that Claude Code is better in terms of allowing customization of this stuff. Okay. Model will also be focused on cavemanning. Yeah, not sure how to benchmark that. I'm still not sure why it's still not sure why it is unable to run the Telegram bot. Goth Slayer 69 LLM question mark. What's the question? Oh, I just realized. tasks, kill task. All right. Now I should be able to run it. And what was it? Test. I'm going to send a test message. It's responded with thinking, and then it gave back a response saying fetch page arguments URL and then google.com. So I'm going to say, I never asked you to do that. And it is now thinking. And it says, I apologize. I don't have any specific instructions to fetch a web page if you haven't asked me to do so. I need a clear request to know which website or URL you'd like me to retrieve. Okay. All right. So it's basically, it's kind of working. Let me try to actually fetch a page. Fetch my blog. Let's see if we can actually do that. And I don't think it has logging. Uh-huh. So it literally just sent back the tool call kind of JSON message. What did you miss in these past 45 minutes? Not a lot, to be honest. I think it's trying to call tools, but it thinks that I'm the thing it should be sending the tool call to. So I ran it successfully. I sent messages. I asked it to fetch this. It sent me back a JSON payload in the message, which looked like it was trying to do some kind of tool call. Kind of weird. I will try to show you exactly what it sent me. Let me just do a little sneaky down here, so I don't expose all of my photos to the world. What's Gemini saying? Okay, when you ask the bot to fetch a page, the rig framework registers the fetch page tool. The interaction should go like this. The client sends the prompt plus tool definition to the LLM server. The model decides to use the tool. Why isn't this picture uploading, by the way? Super annoying. User message, LLM, tool call, LLM summary, back to user. Uh-huh. I think Google updated their photo app. And it's being an absolute shit. Really, really disappointing. Like, where Literally, where is my screenshot that I just took? This is crazy. Absolutely insane. I can't believe I have to do it like this, but I think I have to share it with myself via email because it's not backing up. This is so... I'm feeling the rage. I'm feeling a little bit of rage, to be honest. I want to share a screenshot from my phone. I just... Okay. I guess I'll save it to Google Keep. And then somehow I can access it from there. Actually insane. Someone over at Google decided that this is a good user experience. Keep notes. Save. All right. Technically, it should be there now. Very good. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I can't believe how hard that was. But basically, this is what I sent on Telegram. This is how the model responded to me. Sending me back a tool kind of call. LeMayo, wow, congrats on 100K. Thank you very much. Let me see. Maybe fix prompt, system prompt. Yeah, the system prompt needs improvement. Use local send from my Google Pixel. Does that work? Is learning to become a data scientist much worth it than DevOps and QA? It depends on what you like to do. Do you like data science? It's not looping back. It's doing this. User message to LLM, tool call, return to user. The client sends a prompt plus tool definition to the LLM server. Oh, local send. Okay. How much of the setting up LLM work is done? I've got Llama CPU. I've got an inference thing running somewhere. I'm just trying to set up this to talk to it. Probably better to wait for a summary if you're trying to catch up. When you ask the bot to fetch the page, it registers that. Okay, client sends a prompt, tool definition. Model decides to use a tool. Preamble tells the model it can fetch. If you're hosting it, use the Ginger flag. That allows the server to use the model's built-in Ginger template to format and pass tool calls. What? Use a tool-capable model? Well, I'm using this one. To confirm what's going on, here's the convo image. Can I paste the image? I can't paste images into this. Let me look at the picture again. Are you local or remote local? Local. Can I ask on Telegram to list all the tools? Yeah, let's see. List all tools. Oh, that's weird. It just gave me back a JSON which with a key and value, name and list tools. It seems confused. I think that's the part where you intercept the tool call in the Rust code and then use an example. Well, the code here, if we just look at main again, I'm going to open this in a separate tab. Main, so we have this tool which should intercept somehow. I don't know. Not sure exactly. This is the web fetch tool. Rust in the Big 26. What do you mean by that? C is 100% better. Are you trolling? There's no way you think C is better than Rust. That's crazy. Okay, so that is how Quen outputs a tool call. So the model is behaving correctly, but the server isn't. It needs the ginger option? Really? Is that really the fix? That's cool if it is. So we literally just put ginger here, and that's it? Running on a home lab, yes. I have a system build for this exact scenario. Web fetch, file creation. Can you ask LLM to have a look what I said? User a loop. Yeah, I think we'll get to fixing that. You have already have that implemented. What do I have implemented? Sorry. Would I review your resume? Yeah, send it to my email. Rust isn't better than C, though, question mark. It is better. It's way better. You can maintain C code with Claude. I mean, Claude will certainly help you maintain C code. That doesn't mean that you're going to be absent of foot guns. You go to 5070. How much VRAM does the 5070 have? Yeah. So I already added the tool call, apparently. Prompt it until it works. That's crazy. 12 gig. I see. All right. Chuck a little daemon reload, and then we're going to give a little restart to the llama server. And then maybe I'll like restart the son of Jet. Let's see. Is this now good? It has the ginger thing. It started. It looks okay. Gonna run this. C with super armor. I don't know. Like you can bolt on protections. Like they have this fill C thingy. That's fine, but I still think Rust is just better. Fetch. Let's see if it will fetch my website. It's thinking, and it's given me back the tool call text again. It tells the server to load the model's native Ginger template, format request correctly, and pass the model's JSON output. Did all that. It is still giving me back the JSON. I think it is missing something to tell it to give that to oh. So let me think about this, right? We're running this Rust program, okay, which has created the agent and given it a tool, but then, yeah, so we're receiving the Telegram messages here, right? Okay. I think the problem is that the Rust program is receiving the JSON payload from the model, but then it's not doing the tool call. And it is instead just sending that tool call as a text message back to my Telegram chat. I think that's the problem, right? So this literally son of Jet should be picking up that tool call and handling it here, and then giving information back to the model, and then it should then send a message saying this is what was there. What's Gemini think here? That's exactly what's happening. The reason the rig is sending it back as text is because of where the JSON is located in the API response. So it expects the server to return the tool call inside tool calls. Message, role assistant, tool calls, function. Oh, really? And what my thing is currently doing is something like this. Okay. Okay, cool, but it is actually running with the Ginger option. So the tool call should go back to LLM. Yeah, that makes sense. Since I'm running with the Ginger flag, it should theoretically be able to format the tools and pass the output. However, it's still outputting raw JSON. We need to look at what the, okay. When you send a message, what does the console output on the, okay, let's take a look-see then. We should be able to see like some stuff, right? Llama server. Oh, what is all this? This is indecipherable. Oh, wait. Hold on. What did it say? Context looking token. This was not a control type. Okay, I think that's fine. This is it talking to the actual bot. Can I get no timestamp? Is that a thing? No. Cool shades. Would it be easier to set rigs logging to verbose? Yeah, probs. Probably. I really need to fix my my tree sitter. Let me see. Lazy. Clean? No. Um, Lua. No, that's not it. Wait, where is my... The model's built-in chat template in the GGUF file lacks tool support, or the Llama server fails to match the model's text formatting support. To make your bot fully resilient, I've implemented a client-side interceptor loop. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Query the agent. If some tool call, extract JSON tool call. Let me see this. Ew. What? This is terrible. Give it a spin. Changes it. Blah, blah, blah. Let me just see if that actually works. We'll see. Copy my last message. Send it again. Thinking. Fetching page. taking a while to fetch the page. Okay. It has fetched the page and turned it from HTML into text. That's pretty cool. Don't know if I can show you all. I'm gonna do the dumb thing and show you my actual phone because technology sucks. But it says the web page fetched appears to be the personal website of Vasilios Sarakis. Page contains information about the website owner, his blog, and various details, which is true. That is true. So that's kind of cool. That it worked, but the fact that I had to like do this little interception thing, kind of weird. Not sure how I feel about that. You got the problem? Did you send something? I think maybe my messages haven't been coming through for a bit. Last message I got was, I got the problem now, let me clarify it. The user sends message, LLM then says, here's the payload. Yeah, I understand that. Payload should be handled by the system to call the tool. Completely correct, yes. The system is returning the LLM response, which is a tool called payload. Correct, yep. Yep, you're 100% correct. Downloading anti-gravity now. um, yeah, I think there might be something wrong with my messages right now. Let me just let me see. Test. Maybe I lost connectivity to YouTube chat or something. Maybe I'm getting rate limited. No messages coming through. Oh, it's so janky. Yeah, I vibe coded this one. I've got a video about this one. It is this video here. Building a small tool in Rust. Basically, I made a little chat application which it queues up all the messages from YouTube and also Twitch chat. So if I pop over to Twitch, I'm not streaming on Twitch, but my chat, if I send message in here, it should show up here. But also YouTube messages should show up here. But YouTube is a bit different. On Twitch, you just connect to an IRC server, and you can get the messages. But YouTube, you have to hit an API to get messages. So it's a bit crappy. It can extend if we add LLM there just to respond back to users. See, yeah, these chats aren't showing up at all. So I'm gonna just gonna pop this chat out. So I can still see messages. Just joined. Where's my MCP setup? I'm not using an MCP for it at the moment. It can extend if we add LLM there just to respond back to users or just comment funny and chat with users. I would like to set up a chat bot, particularly for answering common questions. Like right now we have 50 viewers, but usually when there's like 200 people, I get asked what operating system I'm running at least, I don't know, 20 times over the stream. So it'd be good to have a bot to answer those. And also about my keyboard and that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's no commands at the moment. There's actually no bots in here at all. So yeah, maybe what's this? Gaia. Should be set up auto reply to should I quit uni? What if Grease Monkey watches chat and posts to message on DOM updates? Yeah, I don't know. I think I should be able to get a bot set up. I just haven't put any time into that. Okay, so the last thing here was also I don't like this. How it's doing so basically if the message starts and ends with curly brace, it tries to serialize it. It's kind of a weird way to do this, right? Because I could just as easily just do this. No? Isn't this literally the same thing? Like all of that is just super unnecessary. What was I in San Francisco? No. I'm in Sydney, Australia. I was at Atlassian between 2018 and this year. You've built many projects with vibe coding, Speedwatch, Dev Thread, currently working on local learning. Cool. Feel free to like send over your GitHub or post your GitHub in the chat. What model am I setting up? Right now we're working with Qwen 2.5 with 3 billion parameters. So it's pretty basic, pretty small, but it's snappy enough. Like if I open Pi and I just say something, it is it's not bad. Like I'm not sitting here waiting 10 seconds for a response, so it's not terrible. How do parameters matter exactly? I personally don't know. All I know right now is that if there's lots of parameters, you need generally more RAM to handle it. I use that for an in-browser model to create reports on analytics data. Which LLM model is this? It's Quen 2.5 with 3 billion parameters. The only thing or bottleneck is RAM. Well, it's an interesting one, right? Because the Jetson has very small amount of RAM, but it has a processor which should be very good. 3.66 billion parameters can fit on this machine, really? On my Jetson. Well, I could give it a try. You ran a model of around 4 billion parameters using Olama. The response was slow. Your GPU is 54 gig. That's quite that's quite a low amount of VRAM. Try bigger model with offloading. Can you explain what offloading is? Let's see. So Antigrav is saying when Rig constructs the API request to Llama server, it attaches the web fetch tool. If Llama server natively supported the tool's API, the server would inject the tool definition. So is it saying that there's some interaction between Rig and the inference server? If you want native tool calling, you need to align Llama server with the OpenAI tool spec. So run the server with the verbose flag. When I message the bot, check the console output. Okay. Please hold while we set this up. So we fixed the issue. The issue was that when I was, so I currently can talk to my Jetson via Telegram, which is cool. But when I ask it to use a tool call, it is just giving back the tool call message as JSON to my Telegram chat. We fixed that by intercepting the JSON and calling the tool ourselves, but it needs to be better. The Llama server can't access tools. Maybe. Let's chuck this on verbose mode. Let's see what happens. So I'm using some rig lib in Rust with Llama CPP. Correct. Let's see. What do I ask the model? I guess I'll just ask it to fetch the same page again. And we'll just see what happens in the logs. Error from LLM agent. Exceeded context size error. Requested 4,300 tokens. And the context size is 4096. You can buy 2 to 4 H100. Sure. Oh, okay. So it's 40K per card. Hmm. Wait, fully bundled 8 GPU server is 300K. Yeah. Yeah. It probably sounds like a jet engine taking off when you put this in your computer, in your house, and switch it on. Uh okay, so it fetched, yeah, so it fetched the page, right? JSON number, JSON blah blah blah. What's all this? GPU affects reasoning? I don't know. Past message, role assistant, content. I think this is the key here. Update Llama server. I think Llama server is okay. Run this. Change the bot. Olama. Try Olama. Okay, so what's the difference between, like, why should I use Olama versus Llama CPP? So Llama CPP, we have maximum control over parameters like sampling, context, batching, GPU layers. It has the best performance. So yeah, so I compiled Llama CPP for CUDA, so that's cool. Easy model switching, built-in REST API, AI compatible, blah 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 blah. Am I trying to understand or just trying to run it? Bit of both. Differential. Wait, hold on. Common chat templates applied Ginger. It's saying update the preamble. Name, arguments, sequence, template applied, generated parser. Wow. Crazy. Launching slot. Wait, why is it listing out my what's this? NeoGit. Why has it got these? Do I have that on my site? Have I got NeoGit here? Oh, I do. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take the verbos off. I'm also gonna just quickly look at. Okay. We'll just restart that. Llama. So here's all the commands we have. Llama server, Llama simple. What else do we have? GGUF. I don't think I need to run anything different. Just need to anyway, what did it change? It changed something here. The preamble. When the user asks about a website or requests you to look up the URL, you must call the fetch page tool by outputting a JSON block wrapped in tool call tags. What, dude? That doesn't seem. That does not seem like what we want. Right? That seems like the exact wrong thing to do here. Right? So the last fetch that I got it to do, it outputted an error saying that we exceeded the context window. Okay, cool. Why does it say starting Pi agent bot? Wait, why is it? Hold on. Starting Pi agent bot. There's no Pi involved here. Anyway, let's send a message. Received message. Querying agent. No tool call detected in response. So we just sent back the JSON again. Did I code something in Rust that you're debugging right now? We vibe coded it. You want to learn and build PagerDuty and Ingress type stuff in your TypeScript monorepo project. You're going with gRPC and Go. I cannot comment on whether or not that's correct. That's a design choice. Is this something I should not leak? Is this private information? I think it's just the chat ID. I don't think it's my user ID. Am I Aussie? Yes. You love the videos? Appreciate it. Yes. So for some reason, it is not picking up this tool call thing. Name arguments. Name's a string and arguments is a fetch args, which has a URL, which is a string. Yeah. Something is not right. This. Got laid off a month ago. Your video is really inspiring to keep going. Cool. How's like what's going on for you right now? Let me see. Let me see this, right? Rig core. Does it have examples? Simple example. We've got client, and then agent, and then prompt. I don't see it ever actually prompting, do I? What would I choose? I mean, you can't really go wrong with gRPC and Go, to be honest. Chat ID, user text, received text, and then clearing conversation history. We don't care about that. Typing message. Loop. You're an SRE in Europe, applying nearly everywhere, and almost never hearing anything back. You submitted your CV at midnight on a Thursday and 15 minutes later got rejected. That to me tells me that something might be wrong with your resume. Because basically they. So, what I would suggest in terms of your CV is set up your CV how you like it and then get Claude to reword it. Keep the same meaning, but reword it. Because everyone's using LLM tools to analyze resumes. And LLMs prefer LLM written CVs. Have I worked with Go? Yes, a little bit. Okay, so here it is, agent.chat. Agent chat mutably borrows history and appends the turns to it. What? Oh. Now current Telegram bot agent rig is having issues. When the model sends us a tool call, it is not being recognized. I am not sure if we should be using the prompt instead of chat with the history. That might maybe another matter. Job market is fucked. Yes, job market is fucked. You know what I think? There's been so many people laid off, right? Thousands. I feel like all the people that were laid off should band together and make a company that sells something to the companies that they were laid off from. If you want to learn gRPC and Go, where should you start? Do you know Golang currently? Do not try same thing. CV experiment on that constantly. Same issue. I'm putting in CVs and had to rewrite. I just use ChatGPT and tell it to customize for the job and also ATS. That's cool. Yeah, you should probably prompt it for ATS. I did one redesign. So here was my wait. Here's my old one. This is my old CV, right? And then this is the one that Claude made. Why is it taking so long? All right, yeah. So it reworded stuff. Let me split these. Expand. Claude on the left, me on the right. I like Claude's design way better. Leaked the number. The number is public on my website. It's not a big deal. I don't answer my phone anyway. But yeah, so this I probably should get it to rewrite it again for ATS. Make an enhanced version for ATS. But retain original semantics. Don't embellish me. It's going to be a problem when you have 1 million subs in 1 month, in a few months. Try with Fable. I don't think I have Fable. Yeah, it's Pro. It's in the Pro plan. You love what China is doing with open source models. Yeah, I want to try Kimi K3 and these other. I want to try them, but I don't. I think I need like Open Router and all this kind of stuff. I haven't looked into doing that stuff. Okay, so what's it said? In your main, the inline tool extraction was relying on CERD. It expects the entire string to be a perfectly formatted JSON object. However, LLMs rarely output just JSON. Oh, that's why it was doing that stuff. Oh, man. Yeah. And then, am I single? No, I'm married. Some ATSs don't really like grids or multiple columns. Really? What a crappy tool. Important note on rig framework and tool calling. Using agent chat is entirely correct for keeping conversational history. However, you have a manual loop in your code to execute tool calls. The rig framework already handles tool execution and agentic loops. The reason Rig's native tool calling isn't triggering automatically in your project is because your initialization uses the completions API. V1 completions is a legacy text continuation API and does not support native tool calling. Really? Okay, let's try that then. So can we just like pop that up? away. And then I3 is better. I3? K3? Just get OpenCode CLI and make an OpenRouter account and set up OpenCode with OpenRouter. All right, I'll do that later. You have to pay, it's like API costs for OpenRouter, is that right? OpenRouter. They're like, OpenRouter is the one that runs the inference, is that correct? $5 a minute. Okay, Kimi K3. Like this one. $3 per 100 mil of input tokens. $5 minimum, I see. Historically, they didn't like it, but as AI advances, some now got more extraction capabilities than others. I don't know why it logged me in straight away. I actually didn't want that. Yeah, this seems like the right page for pricing. Let's look at like Sonnet 5, for example. Claude Sonnet 5. 2 and 10. Do you think that's right? Per 1 million? Is Kimi actually more expensive than Sonnet? Or should I more compare it against like Fable? Oh, 10 and 50. 10 and 50. So it's like it's more than 3 times cheaper than Fable. But then if we look at 5.6 Sol, right? Okay. So Kimi is half as expensive as Sol. K3 is 70 terabytes. I don't think you're running that locally. No, absolutely not. I'm not running that locally. Let's look at the one that I'm using locally, which is 2.5, 4 billion instruct. It's not even here, right? Let's just look at 7 billion. Wow, that's cheap. It's like 100 times, it's like 10 times cheaper than, no, it's 100 times cheaper than Sonnet. That's crazy. Are you telling me, like, think about the like the output that you could probably imagine you had 100 attempts to get the prompt right compared to like Sonnet. You know what I mean? Just think about that difference. You could run Sonnet once, or you could run this shitty model 100 times. Do you know what I mean? You're paying with your time. Yeah, if you're running a task that is you need it to be responsive now, then it would suck. But if you're running something in the background, like a research task, or let's say you want an agent in your application, Let's see haiku. Haiku 1 and 5. See, that's still what is it? 100 lumps of shit is still a hill of shit. But if your task was basic, you don't need haiku. You don't need like imagine that. Let's see, what's a task that you could use? Um, okay, so let's say you had like your bank transactions, and you're like, I want to categorize all my bank transactions, and I want to figure out which one is like tax deductible or not. Do you get Haiku to do that for $5 per 1 million output and $1 per million input? Or do you go 50 times cheaper and do that instead? Because it's some task that you don't need immediately done. It just has to get done at some point and then sent off to your accountant or something. Do you know what I mean? I think there is a place for quote unquote bad, like terrible models. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a place. Especially if maybe you're running a SaaS or a business that is integrating LLMs into your actual application so that when users are doing stuff, there's all these agents being called, and you have these little things. Maybe you're using like Telegram linking is free. Yes. Yeah. I know Cloudflare, they have like Cloudflare workers, and you can integrate AI with Cloudflare workers. And they actually they're running GPUs, so you can use local like open source models for way cheaper. So if you're a business and you're running Cloudflare, you know, Cloudflare is really cheap for a small business, and not sponsored, by the way. And you could decide, I'm not going to use Anthropic's models. I'm going to use some open source model to do these little tasks. They chain good models, expensive at the top, doing the complex, and submodels for the delegated tasks. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that fine balance. I guess when you really figure out like exactly the task and it's a predictable task, at that point, yeah, it's hard to make this call where it's like I use a model to do it, or I use a really good model to make a deterministic tool to do that instead. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. Anyway, back to looking at what this rig's doing. I think we need to cancel this and rerun it. From someone who works on AI native HR tech, yes, we run a lot of crappy small models for some granular things, and it worked perfectly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Trying to work out that now too. All right, so fetching page. So I just messaged the bot on Telegram, told it to fetch a page, and then it exceeded the available context size. It works without the, wait. Did we querying successfully detected inline? Right. Um, Have I tried running a small model on my phone? What's the end goal of this bot? That's a good question. So the picture I had in my mind was that I can talk to the bot from Telegram. There was some like maybe like analyzing my bank statements was one thing I kind of wanted to do. I'd also like it to like handle some of my maybe my emails, maybe my LinkedIn connections and shit like that. I don't know. I have to think of use cases, but right now I'm just trying to set up the capability. Usually has a dev you trim about things you want and just go ahead and build it before thinking about what the actual end goal is. What was it? Context. Yeah. I don't know why. There was a suggestion somewhere to limit the context size to 4,000. You might want to bake prompt injection prevention in. Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, someone could hack me through my LinkedIn. That would be horrific. Do I only use NeoVim? Yes. Use Coursera if you want to let AI handle stuff. Yeah, there's stuff like Hermes. What's this? Coursera? Is that an agent? Cool. What are their integrations though? It doesn't seem to have like local agents. Hub concepts. Plugins. Okay, cool. LinkedIn, nice, nice. Ah. Does LinkedIn have an API? Do you have to pay for it? Verified sign in. Marketing. I don't care about marketing. I don't care about talent. I care about messaging and accepting connections. Consumer. Profile. I don't care about that. Real man used the GUI. What if it's not a man using the GUI, it's a robot? You abuse URL params. Plugins. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have like a messaging API or connections API. That'd be cool. Teloxide's running fine. Got rig core running. Mostly classifiers. ML model. So you're using LLMs to do classifying? What's it say? Two main reasons for a context window filling up: large web page content, persistent history buildup. Let's try clearing the history, because I think it's including all the previous messages. See? Now when I do the same prompt to fetch the page, let's see if it comes back with the page. No, it still hit a context size problem. History cleared. It ran into the same context size issue. However, I was able to get this printing summary of the page previously before we made changes to message is intercepted. When I get GPT to scan public LinkedIn, it says it uses API. Okay. But are you scanning people's posts, or are you is it like let me see. Can I use an API to accept or deny connection requests on LinkedIn? Are there any good use cases for local LLMs? I guess you have a MacBook. The models are incapable. It depends on what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to do anything extremely advanced. I'm not trying to like code with a local LLM. I'm just trying to get it to do dumb, small tasks. Like, I don't know, maybe reading documents that I have or something like that. So you can post content and pull profile data, but you cannot do. Oh, you need to be an enterprise partner for messages and whatnot. Local LLMs. Before we fix this, the script often failed to intercept the text base. When it failed, it simply returned the raw JSON text to Telegram and exited the loop. Once we fixed the extraction regex, the script successfully intercepted the tool call. However, it then passed the result back to the LLM as a standard user message saying, here is the content. They get confused when tool results are fed back to them as regular user messages. Instead of summarizing the text, the model likely thought, oh, the user wants me to fetch a page and outputted another JSON tool call. I don't think that's what happened. In each of the 5 loops, your script appended 2,000 characters of web page to the history. Really? No way. What am I role playing for? Me? I'm not role playing. What am I using for web search? Just like a HTTP client. It panicked. That's crazy. Nice fix, I guess. Simple writing or role playing. Oh. What the fuck is it doing? It's crazy. Why am I using? How come I'm using Gemini? Just because I have a subscription for it. That's all. Okay. So this is basically what it sent back to me. This message right here. So it fetched the page, and it yeah, it kind of heavily summarized what's there. I guess it's summarizing that because the this agent is converting the HTML to plain text. So this would have been all it received. You enjoy my stream? Thank you. How would I measure token generation speed? I don't know. Okay, so what's a let's say this one. Fetch docs.rs / rig core. Yeah, let's just give it that. Fetching page. And it's responded saying it's a Rust library, provides various functionality for handling and processing data, passing and processing of text data. Wait, what? This is so wrong. It's owned by C.V. Alclair. No. Oh, it is. Okay, that's true. But it completely missed that this library is about LLMs. What? All right, well, at least it's doing something. I need to do a full better system prompt can improve response. Yeah. So the code that is made here is kind of gnarly. So here it says, this is the preamble. You're a helpful AI assistant. You have the ability to fetch web pages using the fetch page tool. I don't like that I have to even explicitly tell it that that's the case. And then this part here where we're doing this max loop, edit text message, querying agent for chat, current prompt and history, receive response. If it's a tool call, what if I just what if it's not a tool call? Hold on. Wait, why can't I comment that? Nil? if I completely remove that bit, what's it going to do? Yeah, so it just prints it back. So I don't understand, like, why what is this trait for? Like I want to see an example. Where it's implementing tool, and then it's providing the tools to the agent, and then prompt. How much would blah 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 prompt, and then there's no explicit handling of the response. Agent. Inside agent, we have this agent struct, which has, I think, preamble, hooks, model name, client, and then build, preamble tool build. Where's the tools here? Is it part of another trait? We've got agent builder. Right. So this dot build, why is there 3? With tool server handle. Basically, we get an agent back. And the agent has a chat trait, which is what we're using. Send a prompt with optional chat history to the underlying completion model. If the response is a message, it's returned as a string. If it's a tool call, then the tool is called and the result is returned as a string. So this should be handling the tool call. Got chat here. Is this not implemented? Is there like, okay. It would be in the agent. So agent, where are the, in here, agent, it implements chat. Let's see the source code here. I imagine that the trait implementation is somewhere in here. Impl completion, impl prompt, prompt request from agent, typed prompt, tests. Okay, don't care about tests. Impl chat for agent. Let response equals prompt request from agent dot history dot extended details. From agent prompt. So prompt request from agent basically is the thing. But where is that from? Streaming prompt request, agent prompt request. agent. Prompt request. Is it here? No. Do a little search if we can. Prompt request. Uh-huh. You gonna head off? No worries. Thanks for chilling. Check rig providers specific crates. Maybe there's an impl there. I think we're on the right track right now. So here we have prompt request from agent. Got the agent passed in reference, and then there's a into message, and then it's gonna give back what? Prompt request. Oh. Okay. Back. Shit. I lost track of where I was. I was looking in the source of this one. We had prompt request from agent, and this was in the implementation for chat. Then you've got .history, .extended details, .await. But this is just a struct. Right. Extended details just adds more to it. But then there's something async in here. So send response output. Run a run. Send. Hello from Wellington. Cool. Welcome in. Okay. Prompt response then. Whoops. Yeah, is Beef Wellington from Wellington? Output usage completion calls messages. So what I'm missing is the part where it says how it works. So we're going to look in this actual repo. Explain how the agent detects when a prompt response contains a tool call. Yeah, I think that's what we want to know. Oh, Wellington, New Zealand. I'm feeling like taking a rest. How long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours. Maybe I play some games instead at the moment. Do I watch FIFA? No, I don't. I don't really follow any sports. Sleep is also an option. Extract JSON tool call is never called. That's fine. Yeah, we can keep going on this for a little while, and then maybe play like try to get a win in Noita or something like that. Do I like techno? Yes, I do actually. What kind of techno? What are my options? I couldn't really name any artists, to be honest. I do have some music on Suno that I've generated myself. Maybe I should link Suno on my page. Darkwave sounds cool to me. I think I should link this on my page, maybe. Hypnotic hard techno. I think hard techno would be probably what I like. Hard techno. It depends on what mood I want to be in. What's something I listened to recently? I don't know. My relationship to music is that it's like a tool that puts me into a particular state of mind um, for an occasion. Like if I'm trying to work, concentrate, or if I'm driving, or if I am at the gym. There's a lot of AI music at the moment. Yeah, apparently people don't like it very much. But I quite like it. I will actually. My profile has a bit of weird stuff on it, maybe. Uh, it's not like exactly representative of what I'd say I like, but I like. I guess I like every song that's on here. Let me see. It's like a decent amount on here. Not everything is like public. I haven't published everything. How do I add this to my profile? Give less Malaklesis EP? Is that Kavinsky Nightcall? I am pretty sure that I know what that song is, and I think I like it. Customize. I wonder if I should link to my Suno or if I should just upload it to YouTube. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. All right, I'm not going to link it there, but I'll link it in the chat. if you guys want to go see some of that stuff. But then I've also got like music, YouTube music. Let's see. Let's look at my liked. Is this even recent? This doesn't look accurate. This doesn't look from the community, quick picks. Where's like the ones I listen to? Funky kind of stuff, and do I have to switch account maybe? Factorio. Nah, this is wrong. Oh yeah, this is right here. So this would be some of the stuff that I listen to when I'm driving most of the time. I really like this one, Ograzek. He's sick. You like my tattoos? Sometimes I forget that I have them. What was one of his recent ones that he... These are all the... Sombra. Yeah, I like Sombra. It's pretty good. Upload and monetize my... Yeah. Maybe. I got a bunch of stuff on Suno in my library that I haven't published. Tons and tons. I got one to kind of sound like Lana Del Rey. This one here. I'll publish this one. Let me see. If I play it, is it going to be too loud? Let's just see.
The walls are whispers, they creak and groan. A tower of Babel built on brittle bone. Lines of logic spiraling thin.
Would you know that that's AI?
The cracks
It's like elevator music.
trust has been.
That's hilarious. That's not elevator music. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, that was AI. Crazy, huh? Crazy. Anyhow, wait, what's going on here? Just 8 gig of VRAM that can barely run quantized models. I'm not using it for coding. I'm not even going to attempt to use it for coding. Crazy times, yeah. The rig library is designed precisely to abstract that logic away. When you register a tool, it detects if the thing, since you're connecting to a local model, this native tool execution relies on your local backend supporting it. Okay, okay. Well then, if that's the case, let's just jump on here real quick. We have Llama CPP installed. Can you check if it supports the OpenAI native tool calling API, was it? Structured tool calling API. Why do you use anti-gravity, not CCL codecs? Just because I have a subscription with Google AI. Let's see on the actual. Let me finish this. On the actual Llama CPP GitHub, does it explicitly say that it supports tool calling? What's this? Completions. Oh, that's cool. Tools. Down. What's this? Bindings. Okay. Infra. Models. Obtaining and quantizing models. Enables speculative decoding. Have I tried Sol and Fable? I've tried Fable. Haven't tried Sol. What is it trying to send? It's trying to send a message right to the API. It has written a script for debugging the functions. Yeah, I'm keen to try Sol. I do have. Well, I'm not paying for OpenAI at the moment. Thanks for the fight brain rot with worked examples. It helped me a lot when dealing with a lot of entities in an old code base. Cool. What do you mean by entities? What did I think about Fable? I thought it was way too expensive for what it was doing. Like I would use Fable for a task, and for that same task, I could just use Opus, and it was like 10 times cheaper. So I don't know. It just seems crazy to me. You work in a SAP related code base. Huh. Interesting. Does this support Open AI structured tool call API? Pretty much never use Fable unless I'm auditing a security fix or something. So this apparently natively supports the tool calling thing. And apparently all you need is this Ginger-based chat template. But I don't know. I'm going to let this complete its investigation, and then I'm going to play some Noita. What's this saying? In the rig architecture, agent detects when a response contains a tool call. Here is the exact mechanism. Assistant content. Detection in the agent loop. When the model completes a turn, the agent collects these structured content blocks into a vector. Once the agent finishes its run, it has tool call. Any block matches block assistant call tool call. Right. Do I have a job yet? I do. Yeah, I've been working for like 2 months. But it's hush hush right now. Hi, I just found this live. One question: is local LLMs good for coding? You need a big machine. I would probably just pay for Claude or ChatGPT. Yeah. You'll spend more money trying to figure out how to get coding to work well locally. There's no point. Is this here llama template analysis? Okay. You used Sol today and you created a full solution with agent integration for Azure. Took 30 minutes and only used a few percent of my quota. Was testing it when I saw this stream pop. Cool. Yeah, I suppose. Like, I have a bit of a business idea that I want to maybe try. And so I could maybe get Fable or Sol to make a proof of concept. You have 64 gig of RAM and 5080. I suppose you could probably run a decent agent locally. I'm not sure exactly how capable of a model you could use, but that seems like good enough specs to do that. Okay, so what's this? This is running. Tool choice required. We've got get current weather, parameters, properties, role. That's interesting. I'm going to close this one down. Which one do I recommend? Like which model for coding? Well, all of the rage right now is Kimi K3, but you could probably, as far as I understand, you could get away with something like Qwen 3.6 coder. Qwen 3.6, 27 billion parameters coder. I suppose. I'm sure someone else in the chat knows better than me. to be honest. I imagine that model would be pretty decent on that machine. What is going on with this tool call? I haven't used OpenCode enough to really form an opinion on it. Reasoning equals thinking with a shit ton of tokens. I hate that that's the best they can do. Check the task. Like, what's going on with this task? Do I play Battlefield 6? I do not. But I do like Battlefield. Battlefield, I don't know if it's the same, but do they still have like roles in the game? Like you've got medics and the guy that drops ammo and stuff like that. I like those kinds of role-based multiplayer FPS. One of my favorite ones like that is Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. I loved that game. Okay, so Llama CPP fully supports structured tool calling. Cool. Ever played Half-Life? Yes. Half-Life is an amazing game. Like Half-Life 1, amazing. Half-Life 2, I can't remember. I don't think I ever finished it. And then Half-Life Alyx was really cool. Anyway, we're going to play Noita now. Because, yeah. I'm going to play Noita. Going to win one game, and then probably call it after that. I'm not on Twitch. No, not yet. I think I might set up like restream at some point. I'm not sure. The infinite generation loop problem is scary. Last point in findings. Oh. Tell me if this is too loud. I think it's not too loud. Someone put Counter-Strike on a browser? Cool. Terraria vibes, yes. It does have Terraria vibes, but there's not really building in this. There's you make wands with spells, but that's about it. Yes, this is a roguelike, yep. You're putting Terraria in the browser. Interesting. Twitch is better, is what you have heard. I was streaming on Twitch earlier, but then all of my subscribers are here, so I'm probably going to stream here for a bit, and then I'm going to look into doing a double stream across both at some point. What's the name of the game? Noita. Holy moly. There is a worm. Uh-oh. Okay. Since you already have subs here, YouTube works, yeah. I actually asked people in a poll, where would they like to see games and where would they prefer to see them? And 65% of people said yes, and that they would prefer YouTube. But yeah, I'll probably try to do both. Can you make decent coin on from Twitch for smaller accounts? I'm not sure. I guess it depends on how your community goes with like subscriptions and donating bits and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, Kick is better for streaming. Really? That's interesting. Even for like software type streams? Because I don't think any of the software people are really on Kick. Want to avoid Kick? It's shady. Everyone on Kick is just bots? How to win in this game? There are actually several ways to win in this game. The main way that people win is well, it's kind of meant to be a surprise. Huh. Let's see if we can win this one. So I've got 300 gold right now. Isn't Kick all the Rage Beta kids? I don't know. Another one. Why are there so many of these dudes? Precisely why I want to be there, so that it's sane here. Them to be there. Oh, okay. What do you mean by they're Rage Beta kids? Like, who are they Rage Beta? Like on TikTok or something? Came here for local LLM, but ended up watching ITIO game. It's Noita. Noita. The ones that go around baiting people, they normally have security with them. Oh. Those, I'm pretty sure those are just terrible human beings that probably don't deserve to live. Oh. Big frog. Ooh. That's nice. So have you set up the local LLM? we've got it to a particular state. Basically, I've confirmed that Llama CPP does have structured tool calling built in. And I've got Telegram set up so that I can message the bot. But there's a bit of mishandling going on with the way that the tool calling is being intercepted. It's kind of not working very well. But we'll fix that. But yeah, giving it a rest for the moment. Let's see. I'm gonna regret that? Maybe. Ow. The power of the tablet. What can I say? Which LLM you put? The model I was using was Quen 2.5. Nothing extreme. Something basic. The inference server was Llama CPP. And the harness, or the agent, I guess, is... I'm making a custom one that I can talk to from Telegram. Cold. Okay, there's nothing here. Well, so I could look around for like a nice wand. Since I still have a bit of health. Oh. But this layout is kind of bad. Can't really break through there. Okay. Why can't I keep that? Open claw? I don't know about open claw. I tried Hermes Agent. I didn't really like it. I'm not sure how well those kinds of harnesses work, or those agents work with a smaller machine and a smaller model. Damn, dude, I hate these shotgun guys. There you go. Joined late. What model did I run? I was running Quen 2.5. The model wasn't really the focal point. It was more just trying to get it all working together. Hermes, an open claw are shiny objects unless you actually know what you're doing set up to the point where it's for you. Yeah, that's why I want to use this rig thing. It's like, I guess you could call it like a micro framework rather than a fully fledged model. Like, I don't want to just strap together everything, like a bunch of stuff that I don't necessarily need. Very cool. I'm running one as well, although my 4 gig VRAM is only allowing me to do 12 billion. That's 12 billion even seems like a lot for 4 gig. I was doing 3 billion only. You recommended Kubernetes the hard way. That's funny. Then you later found out that there is kubeadm. Yeah. I got pretty frustrated. But it's all good. I think like if I got more serious into Kubernetes, I'd probably read that guide again. But I like to get a bit pragmatic and scrappy at the start. Spells? How long is a run usually? Probably half an hour or 45 minutes. Depends how I go, really. I think it's about time for me to leave this floor, probably. We're a bit cashed up. Let's see. Can I use this one? Yes. Oh, okay. I can't go there. Love my glasses? Thank you. Have I ever tried Dome Keeper? Let me read up a bit, sorry. Am I giving up on learning Kubernetes? No, I feel like I've learned it to a decent amount. I would need to continue in a professional setting to really get a proper feel for it, I think. At the moment, I got Kubernetes running and I was running pods on there, so I was pretty happy with that. Should have told you first about kubeadm. No, I think it's fine. I think, like, that's the whole learning process. You gotta go through the frustration. Okay, so I don't really have any good ones here at all. $5K. What's 5K? What's 5K? Let's see. Can I do something a little bit better here? We've got crappy regen there. Really bad there too. I could just electrify this. That'd probably be decent. Throw that away. What's the next chapter for me? In terms of my work? Or something else? My life? I do have a business idea, but I'm not taking any action on that right now. I am actually employed right now, but it's a bit hush hush. This is not Terraria, this is Noita. Oh, man. Okay, that's decent. Thanks for the fun and good luck. Cool. Thanks for joining in, and catch you later. Oh man, I hate these snipers. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Alright, we good. Alright, and not motivated to action on your business idea or just not the right time. I'm not 100% sure if the idea I have is even viable. I'd probably need to set up like some kind of proof of concept or test. Make sure it's actually maybe do a bit of like marketing first to see if, or market research first to see if it's actually gonna be interesting to people. And by the way, thank you very much for joining as a member, as a distinguished member. Appreciate it. You now have access to a bunch of emojis that you can spam. Software or hardware biz? It'd be software. Hardware biz? I don't even know how I would even approach that. Sounds hard. Do I find learning in public to be more fun? I think it's in a way more motivating, but it's much slower. Yeah, if I was going to start a software business, it would probably be a SaaS. And the problem area that I would try to tackle would be like open source stuff. I don't want to say too much, actually. Solving, there's pain points that need to be solved, I think. So what do we got here? Kind of crappy perks. Oil blood. See, put this, put that. Crit on oil? Okay. Oh no, that's dangerous. staying up to watch FIFA? No. I'm not interested in FIFA, to be honest. You'll see a landing page test for your business idea if you said much. Yeah, yeah. I need to get my own landing page up. See if there's any interest in it. NRL? No, no. I don't watch any sport, to be honest. Yes, I am in Sydney. Oh! Electrocuted myself. I've got a sub going for Gemini. What do you mean? I have a sub going for Gemini? Oh my god, it's horrendous. Oh. I've got a sub going for Gemini. What does that mean? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. The reason why I got the subscription for Gemini was because it was included with my Google Pixel for 1 year. But that 1 year is up. So now I think I'm paying for it, or... That's right. I recently canceled it because for that reason. So maybe I will have to pick up either a Claude or a OpenAI subscription. I'll probably go with OpenAI because I think I like Codex more than Anthropic's models. Yeah, this is fine. Holy shit. I'm cooked. Codex is much better bang for your buck and better UX. Yeah, I just like how it doesn't output as much text as Anthropic models. What do I think about vertical monitor plus horizontal monitor? I actually like one monitor. And right now I actually have a very small monitor underneath my monitor. Let me show you, actually. I have Corsair Xenon Edge. I got this recently. This thing. So that's the only way that I have two screens is I have a little screen underneath. That's where my chat and my OBS is. What's the difference between Codex and Anthropic? Codex is much better. They're the same at that scale. They aren't unironically the same. I have had the chance to use both. To be honest, I can't even tell the difference between like Gemini and Claude and whatnot. I think Claude has the best harness, where it calls the tools well, and stuff like that. But apart from that, I think that Anthropics are the most verbose, and I kind of feel like they're doing that on purpose to maximize how many tokens people use and stuff. I don't know. So that death that I just had, it ruined my win streak, actually. I think I had a 4 win streak. Codex Harness is better than Claude Code. Oh, interesting. Don't you think that having multiple monitors increases your productivity? For me personally, no. My monitor is massive, so I can just have... I can put a lot on my one screen, and if I need to, I just split things in half. Well, I have no gold at all. Just have a big curved monitor as your main, use it as a split screen. Yep, that's pretty much what I do. These are all kind of crap. Damn. Okay, that perk's kind of nice. Asking again, how are you balancing between letting AI code for you? I find it harder and harder to let it not take over the wheel. I read all of the code that it puts out. Everything. I read everything, and the way I approach code review, I don't know if it's the same as how everyone else does it, but I check out the code on my machine and I change stuff until I understand what the hell it's doing. I don't just... Oh my god, I'm getting mauled over here. Man. I do more than read the code. I read it and I have to understand what the hell it's doing. So if... Like, it's very easy to read over a block and be like, oh yeah, that's obvious. But is it really obvious? Oh, of course it had to be lava. Juniors often get into a habit of just accepting what it spits out. Yeah. It's easy to get overwhelmed and be like, I don't understand, but it works, so I'll just accept it. right? But you have to force yourself to you have to hold a higher standard. You should be able to, if someone asks you questions about the code, can you answer the questions? Or are you going to look embarrassed? So I think maybe what we should try to do is think about the embarrassment if someone starts grilling you about the thing that you're pushing and you just literally can't answer any of their questions. Maybe we need to start envisioning that embarrassment, and that will provide a motivation to be like, oh, I actually need to understand what the hell's going on here. Personally, once you get the fundamentals right, you start reading it like natural language. I ran into a bug the other day. Postgres only stores microsecond precision timestamp. My code was using nanosecond precision comparison. Yeah, that sounds tough. How does this work? I don't know, bro. Ask Claude. And that's fine. You can ask an LLM, like, how does this code work? But keep in mind, it might be wrong. And in my experience, they're often right, sometimes wrong. And I think it's the sometimes which matters. And then it's the implications. Like, if it works this way, what does that imply? And there's a whole trail. Like, you have to do the thinking yourself. It's inescapable. What are we going to do? We can't just get the robot to do everything for us, unfortunately. This looks okay. Okay, that's bad. I guess I can just like spam a bunch of shit with this. What else am I gonna do, really? And then it copies that code into the project. How does this work? What counts as fundamentals? Yeah, fundamentals is like, I would say fundamentals is the syntax, and then the standard library, and then the common idioms in the language. Like in Rust, if you're doing JSON stuff, you use Serde. It's a third-party library, but that's what everyone uses. How is this guy alive still? Being a bit careless at the moment. Probably need to chill. Syntax, how it compares between languages. For example, once you've versed with Go, you start picking up on how things work in different languages. True. Oh, that guy looks dangerous. Thank you. Man. Not again. Okay. Well. That sucks. But I think it is actually what is it? 12:41 here. Which means, oh man, it's Monday tomorrow. Damn. Well, it is now that time where I will end the stream. Thank you, everyone who is in here. Thank you to all the chatters. Thank you again to, I probably won't pronounce your name correctly, but Apsnidu. Don't know how to pronounce it, but thank you for becoming a distinguished member. Very nice. And we'll see. I'll decide between now and next stream whether I'm going to continue the LLM stuff. Maybe. I think I will. I'll do a bit more research behind the scenes. But in the meantime, I'm going to go have a nice sleep. So thanks everyone for being here and chatting, contributing, everything. And catch you later.